What's up everyone, it's Aron Prins, and in this video I'm going to show you how you can easily build an opt-in page with Website Suite Pro. Now before we get started, let's get a little bit into what an opt-in page actually is. So we're going to look on the screen right now. Here is one of the opt-in pages that we've already built. As you can see, it gives a little intro of a free report that reveals how you can easily triple your conversion rates with just a few small tweaks. It gives some info on the left hand side of the page, so that's here or here, I don't know. And then right next to it, it shows what's called an opt-in form. It's two fields in the button that basically give someone the opportunity to put in their name and email and to receive the report that reveals how easy it is to triple your conversion rates. Now, you might want to build this type of page for something completely different other than the free report, but the only reason why you would want to do it is you were building up a leads list. All right, a list of contacts of people of which you know are interested in a specific subject. All right, so without further ado, let's get right into it on how you can build one of these pages with Website Suite Pro. So here is the back end, the admin panel of the Website Suite Pro demo setup that we have. And to get started, it's really easy. All you have to do is go to Pages, click on Add New, and when you click to Add New, you're going to be asked, well, not asked, but you're going to have to fill in a couple of details in order for you to get started. All right, so in this case, I'm going to call it opt-in page 3. In this case, we already have 2 made. Let's see, we're going to do page 3. We're going to use the Divi Builder. And what I want to do is I want to hide the header and the footer of the general website. So just so that we're left with a blank page. So to do this, in the right-hand side of the page, hover over Template and select a blank page and hit Publish. Now what this does is it pre-renders the page completely blank, which then allows us to use the Visual Builder. So let's go to the front end real quick to that specific page, and as expected, it's completely blank. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to enable the Visual Builder, which allows us to visually drag and drop the page together with the pre-built elements that come with the builder. All right, so let's give that a second to load. As you can see on my desktop here, I have a demo content folder where I've created or added a few files that will help me to build this page. So I have a background here, which I thought was pretty nice, a default avatar in case I want to add testimonials. I have some demo text. I have a logo, and I have a little ebook preview that I might want to use. I don't think for this specific page I will. So let's dive right into it. First, we want to give the page a full width height, okay? And we want that full width height to have a background, which was the beach sunrise thing that I just showed you, okay? So to do that, you're going to hover over the section settings, which is the blue tab that you see here. We're going to click on the little cogwheel, and we're going to open up the background tab. Now, you can do a couple things here, all right? You can basically give it a full color, so a little bit boring. You could also do gradients, which I think is pretty neat, and you can change the gradient colors. You can change the gradient direction really easily, as you can see here. You can change the starting position of it. So if you want the color a little bit more to the other side or to the other side, you can actually, it's really easy to do that by just sliding these sliding elements up and down. In this case, I do not want a color or a gradient, but I want an image. So I'm going to click the plus icon, and I'm going to select my beach sunrise file. That's me right there. And I'm going to hover it over and drag it into the media uploader. So we're going to give that a second to load, and we're going to click upload this image. As you can see, it's there, but it's not full width. All right, so now to do that, we're going to go to the advanced tab, and we're going to go to the main element custom CSS section, and I'm going to set the height to 100 VH. And automatically, as you see, it automatically updated. Now it's full width. So to explain what this height 100 VH does, is it basically calculates the height of the window that you have open, or it's also in nerd terms, it's called the viewport. Okay, so with that viewport set to 100%, it automatically knows. Also, if I if I drag it like so, you can see that the image actually adjusts to the actual height of the window. All right, so this guarantees us that even if it's viewed on a mobile device or on a tablet, it's actually going to look at its best. Okay, so once that's done, we're going to save this element. And now what I want to do is I do not want the opt-in box form field thing to be as wide as the row is set right now. So we have sections, which is blue, and we have rows, which are a light greenish. To do this, we're going to hover over the row settings, and we're going to click on the little 3 view window, like the little icon up here. And in this case, I want something that's centered but has equal width on each side. So to do this, I'm going to select the bottom option right here. And as you can see, that automatically divides the row into 3 boxes, where I can, in each individual box, add elements. I'm going to get to the elements in a little bit, but first I want to give the center section a little bit of a darker background so it actually pops a little bit more out of the page. So to do this, I'm going to hit the cogwheel on the row, and I'm going to go to the background. I'm going to open up the background tab. As you can see here, we have column 1 background, column 2 background, and column 3. So we're going to build up the opt-in form in the center column, so that would be column 2. I'm going to hit the plus, and I'm going to go black. But I don't want it to be full black, right? I want it to be transparent so that the background actually does come through. Not a problem. If you look here on the right side within this builder, you can see you can actually drag it down, and if you look at the box, you actually see that the background comes through a little bit. That's the opacity that we're setting to lower just a little bit so we can see the background through it, but we can better read the focus text that we'll put on it in a little bit. Not only that, but I think it would be nice to have that center element have round corners. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to set the border radius to 8 pixels, like so. As you can see in the center element right there, it automatically updates. So let's say that we put it to 4. Right now, before I do it, take a look at the black box. I'm going to do it right now. I'm going to remove the 8, and I'm going to add the 4. As you can see, it's still rounded, but not as rounded as it was. So I'm going to put it back to 8, and while I'm at it, I don't want it black. So I'm going to go back. I'm going to edit it. I'm going to make it white. Put the white up a little more. And that's that for now. So now what I want to go and do is I want to go and add an opt-in form. So to do this, within the row, we're going to add a new module. Now the module, we have a whole bunch of modules. We have an accordion where you can add audio, bar counters, blurbs, buttons, all of the good stuff. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to search for the opt-in element. Okay. So now here, this automatically pre-fills the first name field, last name field, email, and subscribe button. We're going to each edit these individually in just a second, but as you can see right now, we have a background in it that's also automatically added with this module. So we just made this really cool white background thing, and now it's all green. So we're going to go to the background of the email opt-in settings module, and we're simply going to hit the trash can icon just to be sure, or we're going to set it to 0. Whatever works. You have to play around a little bit. or just set it off, right? There's a button here that automatically turns it off completely. We're going to make sure in the design tab that the text is dark so we can actually see everything happen. And let's do a little text here. Learn how you can easily build a page just like this in under 10 minutes. I don't know. Whatever the headline is that you want to work with, right? We might get back to this later on. And then the button text we want to edit as well. Yes, show me how I can build a page like this. Now, yes, I want to, yes, show me how. That'll do. So that's the headline that we did and the button text. So now to get started, enter your details below. Not below's, below. So within just a few minutes, actually, we've created the page, added the opt-in form module, have added the button text, and now we're going to basically tweak the look of this to see, or not to see, but to make it look a little bit better, stand out. To do this, we're going to go over to design, and we just did the title, which is identical to the header text, which I want bold, and I want it a bit larger. And we're going to, in the text box, the general text box of the opt-in module, we're going to set it to the text to have it centered, okay? So this centers the text, makes it look a little bit better rather than it all being squished off to the side. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some spacing. Why? Because if you look closely at the button and the fields, it actually completely aligns with the box that we've just created. We can make that look a little bit better by simply going to the Design tab of the email opt-in settings. We're going to hit the spacing box. We're going to set a padding, all right, not a margin. Margin pushes the entire element down, and padding works within the element. Let me show you. If I put in 50 pixels, right, it's going to push the whole thing down. Now I want to do padding. So we're going to do padding, do 20 on the left, another 50 on the bottom, and another 20 on the right. Or on the left and the other side with the right, and you get the point. So to make this look really good, you have to play around with it a little bit, see what works. I think 30 on the top and 30 on the bottom just looks a little bit better. There we go. All right, that's that. All right, so now I want the button to stand out just a tiny bit more. Well, not a tiny bit more, but a lot more, because now it's transparent and there's a little icon in there, and even though it looks cool, you can leave it like this. I'm going to show you how you can tweak it. All right, so we're going to use and enable the custom styles for the button, and I want to increase the button text size a little bit. I want to change the button color, the text color, to white. Now this fades it out for now. And I'm going to choose a red color for the background. I'm going to remove the border. And red might not be the best option here. Perhaps a nice, let's see if we can find a nice yellow. This, you know, it's something in between of gold and like hits your eyes yellow. Let's leave it at that for now. I want to change the button font, right? If we want to, or if you want to, you can. It's already the Open Sans, so you can change it to basically anything and just go over these and see what you like. I'm going to stick with the Montserrat font right now. I want the text to be bold, so it shows up just a little more. And I want to, right now if you hover over it, you see the icon, right? So if you want to, you can actually change the icon to be something else. But in this case, I'm just going to turn off the icon. So when we turn off the icon, there's no indicator that you're hovering over the element, right? So in this case, we're going to set the hover background color, and I'm going to just copy the yellow hex code that I have here. I'm going to paste that in here, and I'm going to put the transparency of that a little lower so you can actually see the change when you hover over it. Now this is a little bit too much. This will do. And essentially, that's it. This is like, all you have to do now is go back to the content tab, connect your email account, whether it's MailChimp or if you have a FeedBurner account or an Aweber account. You can simply connect your account to it. It'll automatically match up the fields with the list that you've created. For completion, and a little side tip here, if you do your marketing on Bing, you want to have a terms of service, privacy policy, I believe it is, and a couple of other of those links, just so you can actually show that it's a genuine page. So what we're going to do is we're going to insert another row, and I'm going to make it the 1/3, like the 3 parts again. I'm going to add a text element, and in the text element, I'm going to do a copyright, website suite pro, all rights reserved. Now you can't see it right just yet. Hang on, we'll get there. I'm going to save this for now. Here's the element. I'm going to drag the element to the center box. I'm going to go back and edit it, and I'm going to set the text to light. I'm going to leave it at dark. I'm going to make it bold. I'm not going to make it bigger, but I am going to center it. Okay. And instead of all rights reserved, let's do all that rights reserved. So now we can go a long way and add a whole menu and everything, but what I want to do in this case, it's a little bit easier. I'm going to hit Shift Enter, and what it does is, rather than making a big break and leaving a blank line in the center, if I hit Shift Enter, I can actually have text right underneath the copyright. So I'm going to put in terms of service. I'm going to put a little bar there, and earnings disclaimer. Now you can link this individual text by simply selecting the text here and hitting the little link icon. From there, you can put in any URL that you want that links to a terms of service, to the privacy policy, or to your earnings disclaimer, or any page, or any other page that you want to link to. All right, that's that. We can simply save the element, and that's it. If you want to preview this page and see how it looks on other devices, we're going to open up the page dashboard here at the bottom. Expand the settings. You can actually click the magnifying icon to zoom out so you can see what it looks like from afar, like on a full screen. So that, it's a pretty nice view. We can go back to the full screen editor. Now let's say that you want to change. Let me just show you real quick. Let's see. So if we're on a tablet, right? And here we have the mobile. That looks pretty nice. Pretty nice on every device. That's great. So now there's one thing that's bothering me, okay? And that is that there's a little bit too much room in between the copyright and the links and the other box. So what we can simply do is hover over the row, and as you can see now, it changes to a little dragging icon. And if we click, we can actually remove the padding that we have here, like so, and that puts it just a little bit closer to the box, to the opt-in field. Now I'm gonna go back here real quick, and I'm gonna edit this and make it a little bit less see-through, a little less opacity, like so, and that's it. All I have to do now is hit Command Save or Control Save, or you can go through the hassle of moving your mouse all the way to the Save button here and click it, and there's your page. So this is how easy it is to build a page with Website Suite Pro. Enjoy!